a feeling of dread is spreading across federal workforce as second Trump term looms. On top of the deportation of illegal immigrants, this one I'm hoping actually happens. I'd love to see the deportation of thousands of illegal federal workers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I said illegal federal workers. Most of the agencies in the federal government today, to the tune of close to 92%, are not constitutional organizations. Department of Energy, Department of Education, Homeland Security.
So you're saying they were pencil whipped into existence?
They were pencil whipped into existence, and they need to be removed. And they shit more bureaucracies daily. Mm-hmm. Each one of those big ones will create other little bureaucracies. That's where all these regulations come from. All of the regulations we have on farming and food and all of that stuff, none of that is law. We don't really have to obey any of that. But they enforce it by fear. I mean, they went after an Amish farmer. The Amish have been selling food in the United States of America since before there was a United States of America.
Correct.
They know what they're doing. They've lived the same way the whole time. Yes, they have some inbreeding problems and they've got some dentition problems. But that's because they refuse any modern anything, and there's only a few of them, and you can only...
There's actually quite a few of them. There's a lot up there in Michigan.
Yeah, I know, but they've got a cousin fucking problem.
Yeah, you're right.
It's documented. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. You're
I don't mean to put it that way, but they have a cousin fucking problem.
Well, uglies will bump.
It was.
These things happen.
Feeling of dread spreads across federal workforce. Much of the federal workforce is on the edge, embracing for itself for the likelihood that ranks will be purged when President-elect Donald Trump takes office. Your ranks should be purged. You are scum. Quit now. Go find a nice job at McDonald's. Kamala Harris got one. You can too. Oh, wait. She never did that. But Trump did. That was great. That was a great troll.
Oh, yeah.
Trump, who has derided civil servants as agents of the deep state, they are, promised on the campaign trail to reinstate a 2020 executive order known as Schedule F, giving him the power to commence mass firings. He's always had those powers because it was created by executive order. Of nonpartisan federal employees who might spoil Trump's partisan plan. They are the partisan force within the government. They are the fifth column. They are actively working against the best interests of the United States of America.
Correct.
All you have to do is read the Federal Register to know this. Oh, wait, that's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages long by design so that you can never find anything that they're using to hold over your head to force you to pay ridiculous taxes, take your land, take your inheritance, and
your freedom.
Basically take your freedom, monitor you. I went to get a new phone yesterday.
Yeah.
They had to scan my government ID in order to do business with me.
Wow.
Why does AT&T need to scan my government ID, and where is that data going, and what are you doing with it?
I smell a lawsuit there.
Yeah. Anyway, the objective is to create space and put loyalists in what still are career civil service positions. There should be no such thing as a career civil service position.
Stand by.
Yeah, standing by.
Do we need civil servants? Yes, in my opinion. Do we need as
Make your case. No, why do we need civil servants?
Let's be honest.
Okay.
There's a lot of shit that goes on in those government areas or what have you that you need people to push paperwork for. I'm cool with that to a certain degree.
Okay.
But when you give paperwork pushers an insane amount of power that they didn't get by being elected, that's where I have a problem.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
They shouldn't exist beyond the level of clerk.
I can, okay.
The federal government was designed to be small.
But it's not small anymore.
It has taken power that it does not have, and we have done nothing about it.
And what's that word? Well, we always say military stuff as it's mission
creep.
Mission creep. That's
mission creep. That's the word right there.
We've had mission creep going on in this country for over 200 years.
Yes.
And we have to roll some of it back because it is out of hand.
Yeah.
Like
the
we're literally
incursion doesn't help either.
Well, we're literally killing our own opportunities with all of this overregulation, all of the supermodel, regulations.
All of our industry has been removed from the United States. It is by design.
Correct.
It's been moved to countries where the people are more compliant and will do as they're told.
And that needs to be fixed, because
there's no
what?
such thing as innovation anymore.
Well, here's the thing. We're not going to deal with the homelessness problem if you can't give these people jobs.
Yes.
And all of those jobs are now overseas.
Yes.
And the past 60, 70 years since the end of World War II, all of the administrations on the right and left have shipped jobs outside the country. It's about time we actually keep a scoreboard and okay, well, in this quarter, X amount of jobs left this country. What the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Why are you not bringing jobs here into this country? And if you can't answer those questions, get the fuck out of the way and let somebody in here who can.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris and her ilk didn't have the answers at all.
Yep.
And that's why they literally got their asses kicked so hard. They're walking around today with hats of their own asses on their heads.
Ass hattery.
They're ass hattery.
Ass hattery. A couple of things that I say all the time. First of all, politicians aren't. They're public representatives. They're the hired help. We need to start treating them like the hired help that they are. For the slow kids in the back of the classroom who don't understand how this country was designed to work, and yes, I still believe that there's a way to make this country work, but we have to put our foot down, and we're probably going to have to enforce some dirt
compliance.
Dirt compliance. We're probably going to have to enforce some dirt compliance. Look, the country is basically 50 small mafia families. That's the state. The federal government was meant to be the concierge. He's the guy who answers the door, in other words, international relations, and resolves disputes between the individual families.
Mm.
Okay, that's what the federal government is for. The federal government was never meant to rule over this country. It's supposed to be run by the 50 mafia families. That's how this country is supposed to work.
But that's called a republic, right?
That's a federal republic.
Yes.
That's what a federal republic is supposed to be.
Who knew? Yeah.
Federal government is supposed to be a small concierge service, and we need to treat them like the bitches that they are.
That's another thing that bothers me about the left, is they sit there and look you in the face and go, we have to protect our democracy.
We don't have a democracy. I don't want a democracy.
But they are installing a dictator-in-chief who's mentally incapable for doing the job from the get-go. And then installing,
my brain is hearing you say Stalin over and over again.
Kamala Harris, vaginal neck.
Yeah.
She got Vagimek, yeah. How many delegates did she actually get when she ran? What, 0?
In 2020?
I think it's 0, right?
I believe it was 0.
Yeah. I think 0.
Right, which is why they had to install her this time around, because there's no way she would have passed muster.
But the thing is they went against their own democratic, rules and regulations with their own party to make that happen. So for them to sit there and look the country in the face and go, well, we're just trying to protect democracy. They are so full of shit. All of their eyes are brown.
It's first of all, democracy is a joke that only works in extremely small environments. Socialism can even work in extremely small environment, but a socialist collective, like if you have a farm, you can run that in a socialist manner. You could run that as socialism, but it requires a host country with a functioning economy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that host country with the functioning economy, that socialist farm cannot operate.
Starvation.
Bingo. How do we know this? The first colony in America, Roanoke, they all starved to death.
Starvation.
Because they tried socialism. They tried basically a form of egalitarian, very Bible-based Christian socialism, and they all fucking starved to death.
Yep. At least that's what they say. Who knows?
No, it's recorded. It is well recorded.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how we know about it. Now, Croatoan, the colony that disappeared, nobody knows what happened to that. But the very first colony in the United States, it wasn't Jamestown. It was one before that.
I don't know. That.
I don't remember the name of it myself right now. Now I got to go look it up. History lesson incoming.
Yes.
They tried this egalitarian Christian socialism, and it failed, and they died because they starved to death.
And we didn't learn our lesson.
Yes.
And they did it again starting in 1901.
Yep.
And look where we are today.
Yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.